almost Wayne, and this is the man in the pits with the tits, Brandon. Hey,
Hello.
hello. How is it? How are you, sir?
Bit of corporate hospitality.
What have you got there, sir? What have you got there? What are you drinking?
Bit of Brandon.
Guinness.
Yeah.
I went to Ireland once, and
Great story. Thanks for that. Anyway, so
yeah. Can't wait for the film. Every pub we went into, the locals just said, if you drink Guinness, you're a tourist. No one drinks Guinness in Ireland. There you go. That was the end of the story, really. There was a lot more to that story, but it's really unbroadcastable. Completely unbroadcastable.
I've been in Ireland, and the Guinness is lovely. Yeah, I've been a couple of times.
Where you been?
But I just need to point out, I'm not drinking it because tomorrow, of the day of recording, is Paddy's night. I'm drinking it because my son needs the widgets from the draft beer can.
Yeah, that's it.
For a scout project.
And do you know what? You'll do anything for your kids.
Well,
that's what I like. I bet tonight you'll have a couple of those, a few of those, wouldn't you?
This is my fourth.
Yeah. What a great parental figure you are.
It's got to be done, man.
It's got to be done. What a great parent.
Things you do for your kids,
Things you do for your kids. Drinking alcohol. Brilliant. So, what have we got to talk about? Not a lot. It's been a quiet week, but...
Well, no racing.
No racing. We've got our predictions to do. So let's go straight away to Pit Talk.
Let's talk about the bit of news.
Pit Talk. Okay. First of all, what's going on? Is Lando Norris going to quit McLaren?
Do you know what? In the cold light of day, could it be down to starter-term nerves? Just a little bit of inconsistency, a little bit of reliability issues, getting things ironed out. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Is it as bad as people are making out? Lando says not. So he's
got to say not, because he's there for 4 years.
As Damon Hill said about, this is similar to Lewis Hamilton, right? He's come out quite publicly and said that Mercedes ignored his suggestions for improving the car, right?
Right.
And we spoke about that a bit last week. But Damon Hill said today that he did the same previously when he was racing. He complained publicly about the quality of an engine that was built for him, and he was publicly told off by the team for disrespecting a supplier, right? Naughty boy, Damon, you shouldn't have done that. But then he said that a couple of weeks later he got a much better engine.
I'm always a bit...
He got a shaky screen.
So he disrespected a supplier? What he said?
Probably said Honda's engines were crap or something like that, and then all of a sudden he got a much better engine set up.
Yeah, funny that, isn't it? But the thing is,
I think Lando's doing the same. I think Mercedes. I think Lewis is doing the same. And just going, come on, guys. Publicly calling the team out. Get your head down, knuckle down. And I think that's. I genuinely hope that's what's happened with McLaren. That's who we're talking about, McLaren.
Yeah.
And they've just had a few issues. I mean, it was too early in the race to judge Piastri. Lando was keeping up with everybody at the end, in between his 17,000.
My opinions on that. Yeah.
So
I suppose you're kind of hoping that, as we constantly say on this podcast, the true pace is not shown.
Sandbagging.
I don't know.
Sandbagging, but yeah, I get your point.
Should he, like we were talking about last week, ahead of the curve? As we always are ahead of the curve, aren't we?
Oh, miles. We're so far ahead. Again.
We're at the curve before. Well, no, we can't. Curve after.
Let's not get too
deep. You think of a curve. We're in the other curve. We did a curve. We did. Anyway, Is he? Is it time for him to start thinking about a nice bailout package?
Has he started thinking of that already?
Yeah, I think so.
Has he been?
Red Bull Red Bull have tried to get him a couple of times.
Yeah, and Max came out this week and said that his best friend on the grid, one of these kind of vox pop things.
Yeah,
Who's your best friend on the grid? Lando. Lando's
really?
Best with, yeah.
Wow. But that's not going to get you a seat, though, is it? Well,
No,
I
but
suppose...
Lando also said that he gets on with Max, but the team is very Max-centric, isn't it? And, the reason Checo has done well there is because he checks his ego at the door. He knows what he's capable of. He's a bit more mature. Lando's been a second driver. He's doing well as he did well as a second driver to Daniel Ricciardo.
Was he a second driver?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's
Carlos. Number 2.
Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting pairing. I think it'd be interesting to see how he put up with them.
Not Mercedes then.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
They promote from within. They've got drivers in their stable already. They've got Mick Schumacher being groomed. They've got Esteban Ocon. If anybody's going to step up to, they want somebody from a race winning background. Lando's not won a race yet. Don't forget. Esteban Ocon's won a race. So it's and he's managed by Mercedes. You don't want to be getting into a Oscar Piastri situation, do you?
No one wants that. No one wants a Piastri situation.
And then they change over. They change sides. So yeah, I think if anybody, it would be Red Bull or Ferrari.
They're talking about, just looking at the news today, they were talking about maybe bringing back or getting rid of, who's the manager of McLaren?
Zach Brown.
Yeah, getting rid of him, slinging him back to Indy or something. I don't know. So let's have a look at some other stuff. So Ferrari.
Let's talk about Lewis Hamilton. And Ferrari. It's all linked together. They're saying, they've got a 10-place engine penalty on the second race of the season.
Is it Ferrari and McLaren? I was just about to say Leclerc's got one.
Yeah, Leclerc has. For using up engine components. That's a shocker.
What do you mean using up it? What do you mean? Using the engine?
The electronic control system that got fried. They put a new one in before the race, so it turned up on the grid, the start of practice or whatever on Friday.
Yeah,
they changed it before the race on Sunday.
Right.
So that's the second one in the car, and then they toasted that. So now they've put the third one in.
Yeah,
and I think they're only allowed two parts of it during the season. But it's a 10-place grid penalty.
Oh, what? So you get 2 of these in the season, and they've used them both up.
Yeah.
Why can't they have more? Who does it hurt?
Who does it hurt?
Who's it hurt?
It's the rules. It's down to the budget. It's down to they allowed a number of chassis.
Yeah, but if it's a budget thing, right? If it's a budget thing, it's going to cost some money. They don't want to use up that many, do they?
No, nobody wants.
If they can afford to within the budget, then let them. Right? So.
Yeah, but there's got to be sporting rules as well.
What?
There's got to be sporting rules as well.
Well, but no, you let every team do it.
Yeah, but it's the same with engines. Why can't they have unlimited engines then?
Well, why not?
Just make it a free-for-all.
Well, no, but it's like you can only use 2 of these a season. Okay, and everybody else, yeah, that's fair. Everybody else has got 2 a season, but why? Why only 2 a season?
Them's the rules.
Yeah. No, you can't just say that's the rules.
Right, well, okay. Let me put it a different way. I don't know why.
Okay. Them's the rules is pretty much the answer. But yeah, you're right.
It is.
So who's got the grid penalty? Just Leclerc or Hamilton as well?
Leclerc. Hamilton hasn't got one.
Oh, I thought you said Hamilton mentioned it.
No. I'm talking about Hamilton when it comes to Ferrari, right? So Leclerc's got a grid penalty, right?
Yeah.
He's very unhappy. Well, he looks miserable, right? He just looks miserable.
Yeah.
There's rumours of, they lost the chief aero designer. He quit this week as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so quite a key member of the team. And then there was chat about Fred Vasseur annoying the Ferrari hierarchy by travelling with Toto Wolff, who's quite a good friend of his, not behaving in a Ferrari kind of way. So there's all this, there's all this stuff. Right?
Chatting to the enemy, basically, for crying out loud. For crying out loud. He's not like going to go Toto. Look, this is the design of our. Come on.
All right, but there was chat about if there's unrest, Leclerc has a window, as we discussed. He's got to go somewhere where he can get a good drive and get a car that will win, right? Carlos, he's doing all right there, and he's not really great or whatever. But
plodding along.
Yeah, but imagine you're Lewis Hamilton, right? And he's being compared.
Let me imagine it. Can I be Lewis Hamilton in 2008 with Nicole Shirtslinger? Shirtslinger. I'm imagining it now. Let me.
You enjoy that for a minute while I'm talking.
Sorry, go on. So I was just imagining it and I got carried away. Go on, you were saying, imagine you're Lewis Hamilton.
And you've got 7 championships, you're looking for your 8th, and somebody says, well, here's something. Why don't you do a Michael Schumacher, go to Ferrari, give them back a winning ethos, give them a winning car, and win your 8th championship, possibly your 9th championship, and revitalise Ferrari and be known for that. There's a challenge.
It's almost like a roll of the dice, isn't it? Because it might as well. Because Mercedes, they're on their arse a bit at the moment.
He's publicly said that they're not listening to him. So.
And it's not like a Lando Norris thing where you've been there so long. He's been in a team a long time and still walked away. So he's done the McLaren stint and he went. So he's not. And and the thing is, the pressure of he's still the GOAT. He's still the best in the world.
Yeah. But
then he's got all the money. He can just do what he wants.
He can go be a Ferrari driver for a couple of years.
Yeah, why not?
Every kid's dream, isn't it, to be a Ferrari driver?
When Vettel did it as well, it's like, of course you're going to be a Ferrari driver.
It's the
Ferrari. It's a Ferrari for crying out loud.
Ferraris, what was it you called it? The gift shop?
The what?
The gift shop. That's what Alfa Romeo was last year. Where all the good drivers go to get all their branding done on the way out of was it last season you called Alfa Romeo the gift shop? The gift shop team, where popular drivers go to get all the merchandising done.
Right. Well, that sounds way more witty than I can make up. Might not be me.
I'll claim it then, but yeah.
But we'll call that the gift shop. But
could you imagine it was Ferrari was a gift shop team?
Yeah, I think you should do it. Why not? It's the last chance. A couple of years, then if you don't get it, jack it in.
Yeah.
Why still struggling along with a car? I don't know.
He might not.
And it's like we say, it's Ferrari. Ferrari is the only team that's still up at the front and have been since the 60s and 70s. They're the only team left that's still up front. Mercedes were at the front and then gone and non-existent. Williams all at the back. McLaren at the back. They're all gone. It's the last legacy name. You've got to do it, haven't you? That's a bit tempting.
It is quite tempting.
I'd do it. I would do it, and I'd take Nicole Shirtslinger with me.
I'm sure if Fred calls you, I'm sure Fred's listening.
I'm sure they're listening right now. Okay, so Lewis Hamilton it says, Sky Sports 2 hours ago, it says Lewis Hamilton has no plan to leave Mercedes after poor start to 2026. So what we were just talking about, all that old fantasy with Nicole Shirtslinger, Lewis Hamilton's future with Mercedes had been subject of a major speculation following the team's disappointing start to the 2023 season.
Yeah.
Now I've got to scroll about 700 pages to get to what he said.
It's just what we were talking about. He says he's going to stay with them. They're working on it. Yada yada. Story.
Yeah.
Right. So let's. Do you want to go through the teams and we can just do a quick recap on what's going on with everybody, so we don't miss anyone.
Okay.
For example,
there was something else I want to talk about, but we'll save that.
Yeah. Max Verstappen, he's not at the press day today. He's got a stomach bug. So could that affect his performance over the weekend? A bit of loss of form, a bit of loss of fitness?
No. He's in a Red Bull. If he gets around that first corner in front, that's it. You stick the autopilot on the...
Turn George on. I think one thing we do need to talk about is Lance Stroll. Now, is people's perception of him changing? You know, we've been quite vocal about, he's only got to drive because Daddy owns it.
that was terrible. Sorry.
Now, is it getting? Did he prove himself last week, or is it being over-egged? Is he actually quite a good, strong driver, or is he still Daddy owns the team?
Well, he's no Mazepin. He's one above Mazepin. So, and I love Maniki, but he's better. Yes, both answers are true. Yes, he's got his drive because of Daddy, and yes, he's quite a strong teammate.
You think?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Compared to your Sonodas and people like that, and I know Sonoda's not in a good car, or he's up there with him, isn't he? He's not.
Do you think it's just the press going, well, maybe we should take him seriously now because he's done that? Because
he's in a good car.
Yeah, he's in a good car. You know what happens if he does come through and win a Grand Prix this year?
I'm quite looking forward to the whole story of this Aston Martin. I hope it will continue. I'm terrified that, not terrified, maybe that's over putting it a little bit. Get that down. You think of the kids. Come on, drink up.
Not many left.
Jesus. Right. So, Alonso's girlfriend reveals F1 champion's retirement plans. Fernando Alonso's girlfriend, Andrea Schlager, has revealed that the two-time Formula 1 world champion could retire at the end of his contract with Aston Martin. 41-year-old. Imagine retiring at 41, for the love of God.
That the one thing about Fernando's life you're imagining right now, looking at a picture of his girl.
Wait a minute, I'm scrolling to see how old she is. No, they usually do that, don't they? Both ages. But no, I'm just banging on about his age, 41. She's her age, not. But let's be honest, she's considerably younger. Considerably, I don't know. Yeah. What we're covering F1, Formula 1, tennis, and other sports. Oh, she's a sports commentator.
Yeah.
Austrian. He currently has a 2-year contract, and it will most likely be the last. Schlager told Service TV. Not to him, innit? So, can you imagine that? I want you home now. This racing around, get home. The garden he's doing. Oh God.
I want you to make some focaccia.
yeah. Right. What was his plan?
That one needs a bit of work. Anyway, can we stop?
The whole winter consists of gym, tennis, skiing. It was impressive how he went full throttle. Sorry, I know you're desperate to talk, but no, I'm not. I'm trying to find out what he's going to do. She said 2 years, but she's not said what he's going to do. One driver did not take a break during his winter months. He didn't. The pair posted many photos together on their Instagram accounts during their off-season with Schlager. As president, well, he said what he's going to do. Retirement plan. That's not a plan. Just retiring isn't a retirement plan. If I say in 2 years I'm retiring, that's not a retirement plan, is it? That's just a date.
A statement.
A statement, isn't it? It's not a plan. The plan would be, and it just says no. She's just saying no. He's retiring. He currently. I'm literally going through what is effectively 2 paragraphs, looking for any kind of plan.
Yeah, which is great content.
It's great content. But this is just.
Here's a suggestion. Maybe try and do that before the.
I just clicked on it, right? It was there. I clicked on it. Just was interested.
Got a pretty lady.
It's a pretty lady. Okay, let's go for a more serious highbrow bit of news. F1 news. Okay? I'm sorry, podcast. I will not snort down the.
What are you doing?
I've got a bit of a... Oh God, I can't afford that kind of stuff. Snorting anything, Jesus. Okay. Brother of man executed by Saudi Arabia says F1 legitimizes heinous crimes. Yes?
Facts.
Well, this is Saudi Arabia and this is about F1. And there's another article saying they're uncomfortable. That's a great quote, isn't it? This one. Grand Prix Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton and other this is BBC Sports. We'll go straight down to mainstream. It's not mainstream, let's be honest, but this is mainstream as we're going to get. Lewis Hamilton and a number of fellow F1 drivers have made it clear they are uncomfortable about being back in Saudi Arabia. Why? Could it be all that horrible stuff that they do? Could it be that? Misgivings. They've got misgivings. Well, don't race then. Go home. Either you're going or you're not. What do you think?
F1's policy of not making political statements hasn't really come to fruition, has it? They've not been gagged. There's still comments coming out.
Yeah. This is K-Mag. Last year was pretty special. None of us enjoyed it, but it is a different situation now. There is a different...
Well, last year there was a missile attack 10 miles away, wasn't there?
There is a different political and ellipsis. There's a ceasefire between the two parties that were involved last year, and that gives some confidence.
Oh yeah.
But they don't care that. I don't know. It's just so this terrorist guy who's been executed is saying it's all Formula One's fault, is it? When did it? Good old Guardian. Silence is complicity. Silence is complicity. I'm always a bit uncomfortable with that kind of thing. If you say nothing, then you're complicit. Anyway, I just wanted to know your take on that. Saudi Arabia, obviously a very wholesome place to live. It's a wholesome place, especially if you're a lady.
Yeah, and you want to drive and do your makeup.
So what was that? Let me just quickly drive and do your makeup. Yeah, you're not allowed to drive there. Oh, Christ, what? Lewis Hamilton has conceded that suggesting Mercedes had failed to listen to him last year probably wasn't the best choice of words. The 7-time champion cut a disgruntled figure. Yeah. Any more? What else? What else is news? Come on, we're going for the team.
A lot.
Well, not a lot, is it?
Covered Mercedes. Oh! This is news. This is news.
Come on.
George Russell has fessed up about the grid, and only the grid have a WhatsApp group.
The drivers have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Someone's going to get hold of that and publish all of it. We've just seen that with the government.
They'll get disappearing messages now. But so a couple of things from it. The group chat icon, the image for it. Guess what the picture is?
A cat?
Nope, it's a picture of our friend and yours, James Hunt.
Oh, classic. Which
Yeah.
one? Do you know what picture it is? I'd like to know.
No, I haven't.
Not many.
You're quite good at Google searches there. But the other thing is that it's for active drivers on the grid. So apparently 4 hours after Nikita Mazepin
who's booted from the group.
They binned him, yeah. But he was apparently the source of much comedy within the group. So that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, imagine hacking into that.
Yeah.
What does it say here? Why have I pulled up this article?
Ferrari, there's not been much news. Well, we've spoken about Ferrari.
Yeah.
Alfa, there's not been much news. Alpine, you saw my the rumor that was going around earlier that Esteban Ocon wasn't going to appear at the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Did you see that?
I think so. Yeah, because he's still in the pits, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still serving.
He's still there.
Yeah.
Sergio Perez has told.
Williams again quiet. They're both happy with how they got on. AlphaTauri quiet. Haas are in trouble. Did you hear this? Haas were in trouble in the States.
Go on, how are they in trouble?
They were accused of breaching trade sanctions on Russia. They supplied 18 automated machines to Russia, allegedly. But they were ordered and supplied before the trade ban came into place.
Oh, right.
And it's another. There's lots of sound bites of Gunter going, "I fucking had it with Russians. Fucking had it with
Really?
Russians till I'm done here." So yeah, the Russians are causing them more problems. And then McLaren was spoken about as well. So that's pretty much it. Not much going on, to be honest.
I've just seen something on those Red Bull's Max Verstappen to miss Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Media duties. Just the media. I got all excited. I thought this was like a breaking news thing. And you said, no, but I thought you was going to miss the whole race. Missed Thursday duties. I got excited. You said like an hour ago, and all I saw was Max Verstappen missing the Grand Prix. And I thought we were going to break it here, even though we probably won't publish this until Saturday morning or Friday night at some point. But I thought we were, on the cutting edge of.
Yeah, no.
So, what about the others? AlphaTauri, what's going on with them?
Nothing.
Nothing? Nothing?
Nothing comes on, no.
Or what about? Not heard anything. You're in the pits there right now. What concerns me is you're not doing your job. I mean, you're not finding out this information. Turn around. They're there. Look, you can see them. Go ask them.
Yeah. It's too early. I've not watched all the things yet. Not been to the interviews yet. You
haven't been there? There's too much of that. Too much of that Guinness. That's what I'm telling you. That's too much of that. 35,000. I'm not. Doesn't it fill you up? You've had how many of them?
4.
Yeah, that's going to ruin your dinner, isn't it? Did you still eat dinner?
I had dinner, yeah.
That's food. You're drinking food.
I had my lovely chili for dinner. Had a bit of chocolate at the end. Salted chocolate with me Guinness. It was lovely, that.
Oh, yeah, but that Guinness is so filling.
What did you have for dinner?
Jesus, this is an Everyone Show podcast.
This is the content you want.
What did I have for dinner? I had chicken and broccoli and brown rice because I'm a healthy man.
Chicken, broccoli, and brown rice. All right.
Brown rice.
So we have 4. Well, the last podcast we had 4 people download the show in Ireland. There you go.
In Ireland.
Yeah.
So we give a shout out to Northern.
3 of them are in Dublin.
I can't do that. I can only do the Northern Ireland accent. Can only do that.
I'm from Cork. So if you're listening, hello.
Thanks for listening. I mean, if you make, I don't know how much. I know a lot of you probably click on it because of the thumbnails. I get that, but we're trying to.
Yeah, but these people are on the podcast.
There's still a thumbnail. They're probably listening to it intently, waiting for some pit lady to talk.
Well, you've been speaking about Nicole Shirtslinger, so it's
Nicole Shirtslinger. Out of all the F1 girlfriends, she's quite high up. Kelly PK, well, her dad's a PK, but you can't do anything about that, can you? There's not been really any truly famous F1 girlfriends, has there? Jacques Villeneuve, he dated Danny Minogue. There you go.
Heidi Berger. Danny Rick's not in.
Are we just going to spend the next 10 minutes? I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes checking out Formula One. No. When are we going to get a female in Formula One? Racing, proper racing. It's got to be soon. That literally has to be in the next couple of seasons. I can't see a reason. See a reason. There's no good reason for it.
The Academy is lining that up pretty nicely. There's a couple of young ladies in there that are doing really well, and they're going to be trialing parallel technology and all the stuff that we'd spoken about before, the size of the wheel, the gear, the steering ratios, all that kind of stuff to make it a little bit more level, the size of the steering wheel so that their hands can grip and things like that. They're trying to figure that out. They're working.
How difficult it is to not make any kind of remarkably sexist jokes. I don't know why. I'm a terrible person, but I want to see completely mixed up in that.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Do you think there'd be any kind of altercations? I don't know. I can't see.
Required. You'd see them fighting the same way. Well,
Proper fighting like Michael Schumacher storming into punch.
Can you imagine Hulkenberg and Magnussen? Oh, nice driving on track there, mate. You put both of us at risk. Oh, suck my balls. That's an interesting interview.
That would be. Are there any Formula One drivers, female racing drivers, that are related to Formula One drivers? Female.
Susie Wolf, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, come on, F1
Children
drivers. Female racing drivers. Let's have a look. There's Jamie Chadwick.
Yeah, Jamie Chadwick. She's in IndyCar this season, actually. She won her first race last
Danica
weekend.
Patrick. Oh,
Didn't do that well.
Female racing drivers. Oh, okay. 2023. Let's have a look. Formula One announces teams for F1 Academy. So these are the ones coming through.
Yeah. These are the ones most likely to get something.
So let's have a look.
To get a seat in Formula One.
They've announced an academy. Where's the names? It's all the men again. See, all the men talking. Right. Jamie Chadwick.
Jamie Chadwick and Susie Wolf have driven for Williams at free practice sessions.
Right.
So,
Trying to find other names here. Other names.
It's just familiarisation and time in the seat, I think they need.
Susie Wolf, what? Toto Wolf, Susie Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
How old is she? She was a racist, yeah, but she's not now.
No, she's not current. No, she's the CEO of the F1 Academy. She's just been promoted to that. She was the team principal for Venturi Racing, which is Mercedes Formula E, and before that, she was a Williams development driver.
I remember there was a female F1 driver in the 90s.
Yeah.
But she never got past qualifying. Let me just.
Good on her for getting there.
Yeah, I mean, but in the 90s as well. 90s.
So then, if we're going to have female drivers, then does that mean that you would like you would be open?
Nicole Scherzinger. No, I'm joking.
Be open to male and female pit fluff.
Pit fluff? What's pit fluff? Explain, please.
Behind you. Right, so in the yachting industry, deck fluff is what is decoration on the deck. You know, it's good-looking people of either gender or any gender.
Yeah.
They're there just to make the place look pretty. So pit fluff, I would say, is what you've got a picture of behind you.
Yeah.
And it's not gender specific. So would you?
Do you know what? That would solve the whole problem, wouldn't it? 50-50.
Just have
50% men in their speedos, 50% women that look good.
I can go on with that.
Yeah. You look, if you like this one, you look at these ones. If you like those ones, you look at those ones. They're quite happy to be there showing themselves off. Why is it we have to... Oh, these busybodies. I think Monaco still has the pit girls, doesn't it? The grid girls. Did I read that recently? Giovanni Amati was the last woman to enter a Formula One Grand Prix. Did she get through? Let's have a look. It's 30 years since a woman last entered a Formula One Grand Prix today, and 2 days since F1 published its latest gender pay gap report. Oh, for crying out loud. Gender pay gap reports. Ridiculous.
Right. We're going to get on to...
We're going to see Murray, then we're going to... I just want to see which race she didn't get through the... Let me just tell the podcast listeners about this lady. Giovanni Amati. Once the helmet was on, I felt I was treated equally. Okay. Well, pretty much you were, weren't you? I mean, you're in the car. Sisters... But she didn't get into the actual race. It's quite a lot of weight on my shoulders. She didn't get into the race. Hang on. Let me just find out if she got into the race. Got 3 minutes. She never raced. There's never actually been a female who's competed in a race. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, Giovanni Amati, even. Championship entries, 3. Championships, none. So she's entered 3, okay, for Brabham. She drove for Brabham in 1992. Let's have a look. Right. Competing complete Formula 1 results. Okay, it's not looking good. It is, right. 1992, she drove for Brabham, and she did not qualify for the South African Grand Prix. Okay, she popped there, she didn't qualify because they had benchmark times. Then there were teams that if you didn't make that time, you're out. Do they still do that? They don't do that, do they?
Well, that's the qualifying premise, isn't it? That you've got to, it's the top 15 and then the top 10. So you have to be in that sort of time bracket. There's not a set time limit. It's not like 3 minutes you're out, but you've got to be in the top 20.
You've got to be in the top. That doesn't even make sense.
Top 15, and you've got to be in that 20. I keep seeing there's a picture of one of my kids behind me on the wall, and
I saw it. Yeah, but you're always going to be in the top 20 if there's only 20 cars on the grid.
But you've got to be in the top 15. Well, no, but with that premise, we've got to hit.
Lando Norris could just go and get in a Ford Cortina, couldn't he? To qualify in that.
You've got to hit a minimum qualifying time in that.
Yeah, that's a percentage thing. Yeah. There's a percentage thing, and I think this lady didn't make it. Bless her. She failed to qualify in South Africa, and then she failed to qualify in Mexico the next race, and then she failed to qualify in Brazil, and then, funnily enough, she didn't enter any other of the races. So it's a bit sad.
Yeah,
but I suppose she competed. She didn't have many races. Did she win any? She didn't
qualify for that many.
No, but she's never scored any points in Formula 3000 either. Complete international Formula 3000 results, no points. How did she get in there?
That was how many years ago? They've changed it all now, and that's why
1992.
They've got the academy. They had the W Series, all that sort of stuff to try and promote it and bring them up through. So yeah, it's improved.
F1's last female racer had little chance. Well, because she didn't know how to win. Well, being mean. She got there. Okay, let's have a Murray. Then we'll have a bit more chit chat. Then we'll go for predictions.
Yep, let's do it.
Murray,
where is he? Where is he this week?
But 4 cars in the lead are both on a 2-stop strategy.
Hey! That's Murray. We love Murray. We missed him. He sat there next to baby. He sat there next to baby Jeebus and all the rest of them up there.
Mr. Hunt.
Yeah. Here's another one. So I'm just looking through some F1 news. Mr. Hunt. Yeah. Do you think they talk up there? They probably do. Let's have a look at the latest news from the F1 actual website. So it's heavily filtered, obviously. No one's going to give their real opinions. It says here, paddock news. So Perez hopeful of taking the fight to Verstappen in Saudi Arabia amid very fine margins at the front of the F1 grid. He's not going to really challenge him, is he? Is he?
I'd like to see it happen. Don't think it will.
I don't think it will either. I think maybe you'll get a couple of races. They'll let him play a game. They'll get to Monaco again. Team 4 hat. So, yeah, I can't say he's contractually not allowed to, is he? The guy.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think they want to win the championship. Helmut Marko said this week that they want them both to end up being 1-2. Oh, how long do you think Helmut Marko's got left working for Red Bull?
Oh, I don't know.
He doesn't get on with the new CEO now that Didi's gone.
Wow. So he's been there a long while though, Helmut Marko, hasn't he?
And he's got a bit of ownership in the team, whereas Adrian Newey and Christian Horner have no ownership of the team.
Really?
Yeah.
you'd almost be forgiven for thinking it's actually Christian Horner's team.
Yeah, you would,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
because he literally
Right.
dominates it.
Like that.
I mean, hats off to the guy, what he's done.
You want that kind of loyalty, don't you?
What is it? Yeah, you do. So what else is on this news here? So we've got Stroll admits wrists are still not 100% ahead of Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yeah, well, he's going to say that, isn't he? Because he's going to milk that. Oh, listen to me. That is terrible. That's a terrible thing to say, isn't it? But some people do. It's like I can get a bit,
That's why you're on the show.
you can get a bit more sympathy that way, can't you? And you can go, well, what about my wrists? You could do that, couldn't you? Yeah. But I failed to get onto the podium because of my wrists. I don't know. Are they that bad? How did he do it? Let's have a look. Norris bats away speculation over his F1 future as he denies McLaren are in crisis. I think McLaren are in crisis. I do. I genuinely do. We have covered it, but I still think
I don't think
the team is in crisis. I think Ferrari are going to be far behind them if they get another bad race result. If Sainz isn't top 3, they're going to be another team in crisis. What do you think? No? I reckon Ferrari are going to be. How new Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur is attacking the toughest.
22, right? There's 22 races left of the season.
I suppose.
Right?
This is clickbait. The
longer.
word crisis as well is always.
It's a bit early to be bandying that stuff about. It's jingoistic. It's drumming up interest.
Jingoistic? How's it jingoistic?
It's drumming up interest in.
No. I'm not. No. You're not getting away with the word. Use the word jingoistic. You're not getting away with that. Jingoism. There we go. Let's just extreme patriotism, especially in the form of aggressive or warlike foreign policy. All right. You can't just say jingoistic and just think I'm gonna.
But it's.
I know what you mean. It's a I know what you mean. It's not jingo. It's clickbait. This is clickbait. I'll tell you what's clickbait. News here: ART Grand Prix finalises 2023 F1 Academy lineup with Chloe Grant.
Have you literally just gone on this website?
Well, yeah,
I've been on that website for about an hour before we start this. Reading all the stories. So I can sit here.
Did you not mention? Why have you not broken the news about Chloe Grant then? The very attractive lady who's going to be driving an F1. The British racer will be partnering with Lena.
She's not driving in F1. She's driving in the form. She's driving in the academy.
Yeah, but that's a stepping stone, isn't it?
That's what we were just talking about.
I know we were, but she's a different person, though, isn't she? Stop being jingoistic. Chloe Grant will race for ART-GP. So is it a stepping stone? Wow. So when you go through it, how long do you spend in ART? Sounds weird.
ART is a race team that do mostly Formula 3 and Formula 2. Okay?
Right.
They're very well respected, and a lot of the racers in Formula 1 now have come through ART or one of the feeder teams.
Right.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the junior formulas from the men's point of view and from the women's point of view, because this is the way it's going. In those formulas, Formula 3 and Formula 2, they have the same chassis, they have the same engine, they have the same number of people in the pits. They have 5 mechanics in the pit. That's it. And it is a lot closer. It is purely down to driver ability. And that's what they're doing. The same as the W Series was. But this one's actually endorsed by Formula 1 because it's a feeder series to...
get some used to the environment. The kind of environment and, dare I say, the culture.
Formula 2 has 30 cars on the grid.
30
cars. I watched the Formula 2 at Bahrain last weekend, right? That was insane. Not last weekend, the weekend before. It was insane watching 30 cars on the grid. That is a good advert for more teams in the mix, right? That is carnage. There's some good racing. The
carnage, though. Not wacky races.
No, Arthur Leclerc races in Formula 2, right? and he was on and off the track maybe 3-4 times, locking up and then fighting back through and then pulling back, and it was great to watch. Really difficult to keep up on who was where, because the positions were jostling all the time, and it was a packed, busy racetrack, and it was fantastic fun to watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the F2 Show podcast. No, I'm going to have to watch that. I don't think that's a good advert for more Formula One cars on the grid.
I think it is.
I think that's all very well, but when you get to Monaco, you're in trouble. There are certain grids you can't have. Well, we've talked about this for the past year, haven't we? They're too long. Yeah. They're too damn long.
But they're working on it. By the time we get to the new engines in 26, they're going to be substantially shorter than they were.
The engines or the power units. I'm just saying. You've said engines quite a lot. Right.
Well,
for Guinnesses, young man, and straight away it's engines. You're revealing your true self after 4 Guinnesses, power units, all that nonsense. Chucking around the word jingoism. They've got to make them shorter. Monaco's got to go. I love Monaco, but it's got to, can't go on like that, can it?
It'll be interesting to see if the competing title watch sponsor issue is still there, because they've just renegotiated the deal, haven't they? And one of the big sticking points was that, I think, is it Tag Heuer is the main sponsor? No, Rolex is the main sponsor.
Yeah.
But Tag Heuer sponsor all the boardings and the clock and everything at Monaco. That's in breach of all the other the agreements they have with all the other tracks.
How do they get away with it? Just because we're Monaco?
Because we're Monaco, yeah.
It's a strange paradox. It's like I know that sounds silly. This sounds silly, but I read this article about movie stars, and someone went up to Nicolas Cage and said, "Why aren't you in the Marvel universe? Why aren't you one of those Marvel superheroes?" He said, "Because I'm Nicolas Cage. It's the name. When you go to see a film with Nicolas Cage, you're going to see Nicolas Cage. So when you go, it's almost like they're a law unto themselves. I don't know. I don't know why I made that analogy. Just
he's the product, not Marvel.
Yeah. So Monaco's the product. So Monaco go, we do what we like because we're Monaco, baby.
You go to see a Tom Cruise movie. You don't go to see a Top Gun movie.
Yeah. So you would go to a Formula 1 race, and maybe there's a few circuits you go because it's like Monaco. I'd say Spa's up there, and maybe Silverstone. But a few others, like you're going to see a race, you're not going to look at the track. There's not the ones with the history. But the ones like Monaco, you're going for the Monaco experience. But others, like that Red Bull circuit, I don't even know what it's called or whatever. When it's called 2 different names in the same couple of weeks or whatever, it's it's raced on the same track, but it's called a different Grand Prix. You're not going to look at the track. That's not the attraction. The track isn't the attraction. It's the race.
I'd say Zandvoort would be a good track to go and watch with that big banking corner. That would be fun.
Zandvoort was a lethal track back in the day. Yeah. Lethal. Took a long while. I think, back in the late 60s, early 70s, well, we know about safety back then, but one of the most tragic videos I've ever seen.
How is Andy?
How is Andy? I don't know. I could message him. I'll message him, bless him. Hopefully he's right. I might have said... I know. I'll email him straight after this. Podcast listeners. We'll get back onto Ernie. Want to see what his take is. His hot take.
Yeah.
Where were we? We were still doing some news, weren't we? Or we're going to go to predictions now and argue about the fact that I'm losing quite badly. No. But it's only 20 races. Are you? Not badly. I'm not happy with the predictions. Well, hang on. There must be more news.
Did you lose the predictions? No, there's not, mate. I've trolled for hours and hours. Let's just admit when there's a flogging and a dead horse.
We're flogging literally a dead horse. It's F1i.com. Let's just go to these ones. See if they've got any inside scoop. God, I know. Even we're saying we're flogging a dead horse when it comes to F1. Oh, this is just out of an article I was looking at. The APT TV, what is it? Academy? F1 Academy. The Formula 4 level series will feature 15. Okay.
Here's an interesting stat for you.
Go on in.
Top right on the top of you. It's the first opening race since 2012 that has not featured a Mercedes or a Ferrari on the podium.
Since 2012.
Yeah.
First opening race.
Yeah.
2012. So I suppose, when did Mercedes start their domination? It was a couple of years after it was Brawn. Then it was Mercedes with Michael Schumacher in, and I think it was Michael Schumacher and Rosberg. And then Schumacher retired again, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then
Hamilton came in as a new boy.
And then destroyed it. Yeah. So there you go. That's an interesting fact. Well, it's debatable whether it's an interesting, but it's a fact nonetheless. So, shall we get on with predictions? I think we should. Are you all right there? You all right? He's podcast listeners. He's still looking for more news. This is how quiet the week is. And you know what? We're not going to waste your time, podcast listeners. Like a lot of other people put up videos saying, "Oh, this is going to happen." Then you watch the video or you read the article, and they've not said anything. Alonso's got no plans about his retirement. We've already heavily researched that.
Spent 10 minutes reading it out.
I know. I'm just telling the podcast listeners we're telling the truth. Why can't I just tell them that? Why can't I just tell them the truth that this is the worst week? Even though the season started, I tell you, this season has not been a good one. It's better light up this season. If we've got nothing to talk about after the first race.
We spoke about it after the race.
We did speak about it after the race. I'm angry now.
You forgot.
Feeling a little bit jingoistic. I'm liking my goatee here, but it's this grey this side, and then it's gone grey that side. So it's giving me these kind of like pointy bits.
Nice. Yeah. Just twirl them up, mate.
I'm going to twirl up. I did think about doing the whole long sort of...
Oh, you're going to get some beads on there? Like a proper...
I mean, I can twist it. I can twist it like that.
Yeah, twist that up. Twist your tash. Twist your tash and put a couple of beads in your beard, and then you can be a...
And I can do that and be evil.
Yeah. Okay. 1 million for...
And on that note, let's go to predictions.
I put it to riot.
Right, okay.
Right. So while he's getting the graphic up and sorting his stuff out, review of the Jeddah Corniche circuit where we are racing on Sunday. The first Grand Prix there was in 2021, so only a couple of years ago. We're going to be doing 50 laps. It's a circuit length of 6.174 kilometers. The race distance will be 308.45 kilometers. Lap record was... Any thoughts on time?
Record for 2 years? 2 years?
The lap record was
Leclerc.
in 2021.
Leclerc. Set in 21. Oh, well, it's not Leclerc. It's going to be Hammy.
Yep, it was, and it was 1 minute 30.734.
1 minute 30.734. Okay, so let's get to the prediction. Okay, let's share screen. Here we go. Let's launch our top-notch, high-tech. Okay, podcast listeners, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. And now. Okay.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I went first last week. Then you copied me. But not a very good copy because you got whooped.
I got whooped last week. Okay. See, it's tough. It's going to be Verstappen. It's got to be, isn't it? Unless that car falls off the cliff, it's Verstappen number 1. Oh God, let's do pole first. Pole. I can't see anyone else beating those Red Bulls. So why does this always happen when I try to input the pole? Okay.
So while you're trying to sort that out, last year,
I'm going to go Verstappen pole.
Sergio was on pole.
Okay. You might want to take a... Yeah. No.
Sergio was on pole. Then Charles, then Carlos, and then Max. So you're gonna use that for pole?
I've got pole Verstappen.
All right, and the fastest lap.
I've got for Perez for the fastest lap. And what was the fastest lap time again?
Last year was 1 minute 31.634.
I'm going to go 1 minute 31. What was it last year? 634.
634, yeah.
633.
Wow, really pushing the boat out there.
Not right.
All right, so for mine, pole, I'm going to go over.
No, I'm not. I'm going to do my prediction.
No, don't do your prediction. We normally do this top bit and then we do the second bit. I reckon Leclerc's going to be on pole.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
How do you spell Leclerc? Leclerc's pole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon Bottas is going to go for the fastest lap.
Wow. This is a man who's got a little bit of a buffer, so we can take a little bit of a...
Same as Guan Yu Zhou last week. And I reckon he's going to go 130.101.
30.101. 101. Okay. Okay, that's that bit done. Okay. Now, I'm going to put Verstappen to win this.
Yeah. I think you can probably put mine in there as well with that.
Well, you can just wait your turn. Wait your turn. You might change your mind.
Pick somebody else. What? When am I going to change my mind?
I'm going to go second for Alonso. Leclerc's going to be third.
If he finishes.
No, I'm going to get the goat for. Let's get the goat. Let's get the picture of the goat a bit smaller. Greatest of all time. I'm going to get it a bit small so he fits in the box there. He's very dapper, that goat, isn't it? Okay, so. And then I'm going to go Bottas, 5th. And then Stroll. No, see those silver arrows? I think silver arrows are going to have a bad day at the office. I think Russell and Mercedes behind the stern. Look at this. It's going to be one of their worst races.
Oh, hang on. Who's the GOAT then if you've just put another Hamilton in there?
Oh, yeah.
Do you actually remember what you said 3 seconds before?
I think Hamilton will put a goat in the 3rd Mercedes, a live goat with a hat, and I think he'll win.
Driving around
Hamilton, I don't know why. I didn't see his face, and I thought, oh, I better put the Mercedes in. I just realised I put him in. Yeah, okay. And now it's for the fun of. I'm going to get the Hulk in the top 8. I can't. No. They're not going to. What am I doing? So, shut your face. I'm rolling the dice here.
Yeah, okay.
I've put that picture of Bottas. It's not Bottas, is it? This is Bottas here.
That's K-Mag, I thought. Oh, no, that's Bottas.
No, it's Bottas. I'm going to stick 10 there. Albon, Catman.
That's quite a good shout, that.
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put, after all what I've said about McLaren being in crisis,
I love the way
Piastri.
I love the way you encourage your convictions there.
I change on a dime. I just flip. I'll just. Right, that's mine. So I'm going to read them out first. Verstappen winning. Second, winning. The winner, Verstappen. Second, Alonso. Third, Leclerc. Fourth, the GOAT, Hamilton. Fifth, Bottas. 6th, Lance Stroll. 7th, Russell. 8th, Sainz. No, Perez. Perez is going to have a problem. 9th, Piastri. And 10th, Alex Albon.
And they're locked in. Right.
They're locked in now, and that's it. I've taken my...
Right.
You know when you're
It's gonna
playing
be-
chess and you take your hand off the piece? That's that bit, isn't it? You took your hand off it. You took your hand off that piece. That's it.
exactly.
Anyway, sorry.
We're going to have Verstappen. Where's the other Verstappen? Is that him down the bottom left, or is that...
Now I could just duplicate him.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, no, I could just move that. Hang on. What do I do there? Control C. Go here. Control V. There you go.
Right. And then Perez second.
Okay.
And then I think it's going to be Leclerc.
Leclerc. We've got another Leclerc. No, let's do this. By the wonders of technology, we can just reproduce like that. Unbelievable. Destroys economies, that ability of technology to do that. Do you know that? Destroys technology. Anyway, sorry. Next. Oh, really?
I reckon Alonso.
Alonso. Alonso outside now. He's not going to make it. Okay.
Ocon.
Ocon.
Stroll.
Literally choosing people just... Where's Stroll? Where's not... I put him in there.
Oh, look, we're in the same position.
Oh, easy points. We did exactly the same predictions. No, that would just be silly. Right, okay.
Carlos Sainz, 7th.
You are expecting a bad day for the old Silver Arrows, aren't you?
Yeah. Then Lewis, George, and let's put Lando in at the end.
Lewis.
No, I would like the picture of Lewis.
Oh, you don't want the goat? Oh.
No.
Okay, be that way.
Lewis, George, and Lando.
And Lando. You're going to go for Lando. No, I think Piastri's going to make his mark. If any, I think so. I don't know. Just feels like no Hulk today or K-Mag. K-Mag's not there. No, you're right. I think some of these others, I don't think we're going to see for a couple of races. We're not going to see a Haas in the top 10. I think in qualifying, maybe, but not during the race. They just went backwards. I'll be Bottas is a bit of a roll of the dice because I think that's another one that goes backwards. De Vries goes backwards.
AlphaTauri have got too much ground to make up, I think, and they're down with Williams now. Williams, AlphaTauri, Haas are the back markers. Alpha are a bit unknown. Norris, McLaren are a bit unknown, and then the rest. The Alpine, yeah, they're probably going to start showing through as well in the middle.
Alpine, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think they're a bit, dare I say it, they're in crisis. Alpine.
Piss off.
Well, funny you should say that. Okay, that's been the F1 Show podcast, people. We've done our predictions, and I've been given my marching orders.
Yeah.
I think our calculations are correct. We've done the hour. We've done our contractually obliged hour, people. And if you've got to the end of this, well done. Well done. It's been a quiet one.
Those of you have done well
Well
done.
done.
Those of you have done not so well.
Listen to him.
You
4
know who you
Guinnesses.
are.
Doing
Well
it for the
done.
children. He's doing it for the children. 4 Guinnesses. That's it. So, let me just quickly, while we're still here, on the wonders of technology. Oh, I was just about to do that. Where's that? Oh,
I'm going to give a shout out to our fantastic listeners.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout out some of the cities where they listen from.
yeah.
We have 3 in Dublin, 2 in Torbay, 2 in Kowloon City. Hey, how's about that then?
Where's that?
That's in Honky Kong.
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Hong Kong. 2 people. 1 person told another person. That's called word of mouth.
Yep. We've got people in Mumbai, We've got people in Shipley in Bradford. We got people in Pontefract in Wakefield. We have Forres in Moray. I think I might know who that is.
Oh, that doesn't count then. It doesn't count if you know him.
Oh, we got one in Bangkok.
Hey. Bangkok,
So there we go.
Oriental City. What was that song? One Night,
One night in Bangkok.
Who sang that? I remember it was a guy in a white suit. That's all I remember. It's one of those 80s videos where everything was black and there was like a living room thing, but the rest of it was all black. The 80s. What a decade. Senna, Prost, Mansell, PK.
No podcast.
No podcast. Okay, people, we've stretched this out as long enough. The word flogging a dead horse. There's got to be other euphemisms. For flogging a dead horse, there's got to be more than one. Can't just be flogging a dead horse. Can't have been that popular that they didn't think of any other euphemisms. Flogging a dead horse.
I don't think it's a euphemism.
Oh, here we go. What is
Cinnamon. It's a synonym, isn't it?
That's a synonym is two words that sound the same but spelled differently.
I thought they were homophobes.
That's people who don't like gay people. And on that note, this has been the Everyone Show podcast. I've been the host with the most, Wayne, and this. And
Homophobes!
And this has been the man in the pits with the tits. And we will see you after the race.
Yeah.
Okay? See you later, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
See you there.